What's up, ladies? Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be working with the company Tinashe Hair, and I will be giving you guys my tutorial on how to do a reverse skunk stripe. Jumping right in, I just wanted to show you my hair care instructions that Tinashe Hair sent me. It comes with a brochure, so it shows you how to take care of your hair, put it up, wash it, and then this is the box. FedEx beat the fuck out my box, but you know it's all good. The wig description was inside the box, y'all. I'm rushing. But this is the Revlon Color Silk box. I got this in soft black, and all you need is a pair of gloves, a rat tail comb, and a box of dye. The box of dye was like $4.99 at your local CVS or Walgreens. But I already did my pre-parted sections, and I just took a little small strand to do a test strand to make sure that I like the color and the placement of the dye. And then you guys are going to see me go in and do the other half, and I'm going to show you guys the other section. Take your time. I did have this sped up just for the purpose of the video, but as you guys can see, I started like mid-length, almost right below the roots, and then I just dragged everything down with the color. And then you want to try to get as close as possible to the root without actually touching the lace, because we don't want to stain the lace at all. I'm going to repeat the same steps on the other side like so. Like I said, I just put a little bit of dye right below the root, and then I just drag it down through the comb and carry it up to the base of the root and try to get as close as possible to the lace without actually touching the lace. You want to be really careful with this being a 613 blonde unit. The lace is usually transparent, and with this black dye, you know, I was really scared, but we made it do what it do. But you guys can see right here, that was a good frame from how I'm putting the color down. I'm just putting color right below the root, combing it in, and then just dragging the excess color that's left in the comb through the root until I get all the way or as close to the root as possible without actually touching the lace. Once I'm done, I let it sit for about 20 or to 25 minutes, and then I rinse the dye out with cold water. Rinse the little sections out individually. You don't want to rinse the whole wig out together because it will bleed into the blonde hair, and I did not want that. But jumping right into the video, this is what it looks like after we got done dyeing it, and we're going to get right into the install. I went ahead and cleaned the perimeter of my hairline with some alcohol, and now I'm going to go in with the Erica J Hold Me Down adhesive. I'm going to be using this and a rat tail comb just to smooth everything out. I will be doing section by section, starting on one side and then working my way to the other side. I do 3 thin layers. You don't really need that much. This is some good ass glue. It does last and it dries quickly. So as you guys can see, I'm starting on this side, and once I transition over to the other side, one side will already be almost clear, which is what you want. That's how you know your adhesive is ready, once it's white and it dries clear. So as you guys can see, I'm working on the other side, and once I go back from the opposite side, that is already drying. So it's like going hand in hand. You got to work a little fast, but you know, you get it. Once everything is done, the glue is almost clear completely, you want to go ahead and press your lace in. Take your time. I just gently lay everything on top and then give it a nice firm press once I like the placement. You can use your hands or use a rat tail comb. You guys are going to see me take the rat tail comb and just basically comb the glue into the lace, or comb the lace into the glue, whichever one. But repeat that same process on the other side, and I'm going to go in with my rat tail comb and bust down my middle part. And then once we do that, we'll cut off the excess lace with some scissors and an eyebrow razor and get ready to style. Once I like the placement, I'm going to take my Nutrients wax stick, and I got this from my local beauty supply store. Put that on the top. You want to make sure we press all of this out. You don't want it lumpy or bumpy. If it's flat, then you know you in there. You in there. So I'm just taking my hot comb, and I also got this hot comb from my local beauty supply store. And I'm just running the hot comb through the top perimeter of the hair, just getting it flat, nice and flat. Make sure I like the placement of everything before I cut everything off. And now I'm going in with my eyebrow razor and cutting off the excess lace. I do find that using the eyebrow razor is better than using a regular comb, just because, I mean, not a regular comb, scissors, because scissors, you know, you just have a straight line, whereas with the eyebrow razor, it cuts kind of jagged, unnatural, so it looks more realistic instead of having a straight line going across. But get into it, get into it. It's already giving what it's supposed to give. And once I cut off this other side, I'm going to go in with a little bit of LA Pro Girl concealer just to cover up that ashiness on the lace. And once we get that done, we're going to pull out our baby hairs and get ready to style. And you guys see right here, once I put that concealer on the lace, it immediately disappears. Sis, don't play with me. But I just take the excess powder or concealer that was on my makeup brush from beforehand, and I'm also going to run that down the middle part just to define it a little bit more. I really hate when girls wear blonde wigs and they don't put any makeup in their part, or their makeup's too dark. So I just wanted to look realistic, so I just ran it down with the excess concealer that was already on my brush. And now once that's done, I'm going to pin everything back, pull out my baby hairs, and I'm just going to flatten everything out one more time with a hot comb just to make sure everything's nice and neat. Once that's done, I'm going to tie all of this down, and I'll tie that down using some Nairobi setting foam and a little bit of the Eben lace spray, because that's what really melts the lace, I feel like, once it's up under the band and you let it sit. But yeah, now I'm going to go over everything one more time, like I said, with my hot comb, and then use the Nairobi setting foam, just a little bit, not much. Just enough to lay the hair down. And once that you see it's laid down, you want to put the wrap sheet and your elastic band on top. Let that cook or bake, whatever you want to call it, while you style your hair, and that will finish up the video. And I did want to show you guys that this wig is true to length. I am 5 foot even, and the wig is 28 inches. I do go in and end up cutting it, but it did fall right at my waist before I ended up cutting it. And then I'm going to go in with some scissors and give myself some layers up front, and then I went at the end and cut it to like a 22 inch, I would say, or a 24 inch, right below my boobs, blunt cut, just so it would all flow together when I curled it. But yeah, be careful when you're layering your hair. I'm left-handed, so one side looked a little better than the other side, but just keep going until you get, they look almost identical or as good as you can get it. It ain't gonna be perfect, whatever. But once you get through cutting it, I'm going to go in with my Babyliss Pro Titanium Curler, and we are going to curl. Okay, taking my Babyliss Pro Titanium Curler, I'm going to curl away from my face. I did speed this up just so you guys could see the whole process and it don't take forever. I started at the bottom and then worked my way up to the top, just curling small/medium sections away from my face. I started on the left side, and then once that's done, I'm going to go to the right side. And once we get through with these curls, we'll do the comb out, lay the baby hairs down, and that will complete the finished look. Now that the lace is done, we're going to cut the wrap strip off, and you can just take some scissors and put a little slip and it'll tear like how it just did. You want to pull that off and tell me that lace ain't laid, honey. Tell me it ain't melted. And we are almost done. Once we get through with that, I'm going to go in with my Kaposi mini straightener that I got off of Amazon, and I'm going to pre-curl my baby hairs. You want to just curl them upwards away from your face, just so you get that arrogant look without that arrogant price. But keep going till you get to the other side. You can curl them inwards or outwards. I guess it's just all based on personal preference. And then once I got done with that, I'm going to be setting my baby hairs with Nairobi setting foam and a little bit of Got To Be Glued gel in the yellow bottle. I go in between both of those, well, back and forth in between both of those, whichever one lays it down. If you want a more softer look, just stay with the mousse, and if you want them glued down or, you know, laid down, use the Got To Be Glued yellow bottle on top of that, like how I did. But I'm going to do this side and then repeat the process on the other side, and that will wrap this video. Alright ladies, this is the finished look. I ended up losing like half of my footage that I had when I got done, so I salvaged what I had. This is it. Get into it, guys. Again, this is Tinashe Hair. This is their 613 blonde lace front wig, and it did come in 28 inches. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.